Hello everyone, welcome back to Dark Heresy. Been a little bit since we last played, but I'm sure that we'll get into the swing of things in no time at all. So, last time we did a bit of timey-wimey to catch up on all of the things that you were doing while traversing the webway. You had nice chats with Ashedra. She did some prophecies for you. They are typical Eldar prophecies that are kind of just a bit shit because future reading is hard. But they're not as bad as they could be.
They could be fucking reused Psyker's prophecies. Just absolute gibberish.
Yes. That's the Imperium for you. Absolute gibberish.
Yep.
So, you also, Eloa, progressed your research on Eclectic and worked out how to unfuck some of her memories. However, to do that, you will need a telepath and a brain surgeon.
I know. I have to talk to her about it because now the choice is up to her. It is her brain after all.
Yep. And I believe, Juno, you wanted to talk to the Inquisitors about, and when you arrive, Jacques, about possibly summoning a demon prince to try to redeem him. Because the Eldar said that was a good idea.
I interpreted what she said as more being like next time you see Frank. But, you know, we were gonna talk to Reeve and Mayror about what was it, Eclectic? No, it was about fucking it wasn't about summoning Frank, it was about the stupid Stormlord Magos we got tucked away in Null's brain. We're gonna talk about releasing him.
Reeve had already given you permission to.
Yeah, but we were just gonna shoot him after that. This is a different mission parameter, so felt wise to, re-up that permission.
Fair enough. Oh. Let's actually boop you over to the homepage. I realise you have been looking up the galaxy map.
I like the map.
It's a pretty nice map. But the Gothic sector is pretty.
It is. Also, that tile set used to make it is pretty. Little icons.
So, who would like to go first?
Hang on. I had the new battery for my computer delivered today, and they said it was delivered, and it was $180, but it's not in my porch. I woke up to the confirmation email.
That's moderately concerning.
Go, Savin.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go talk to Reeve.
Sure. Just you?
Yeah, I'll tell Mayra I've got something I want to talk to him and Reeve about, but ask him to kind of wait out in the sitting room for a minute. Got something else to talk to Reeve about first.
Sure.
I need Reeve to show up first, because he'll just turn around and leave if Mayro's here. But if Reeve's here and then Mayro shows up, then they're trapped.
Fair enough. There is logic to this plan. Right. Juno, how are you?
Good. I have, however, found some new information about our objectives that needs discussing. Amazing what we can uncover just sitting on the ship.
Yes. There is a lot of lore that we just need to read, and discussions that need to be had. Oh, how did you... I assume you learned this from the Elder.
Yes, and it rings quite true considering what else we've learned thus far. More recontextualizing things. So, Adept Null. He was a Magos of Cyclothrea.
Yes, a high-ranked member of their dark ministry.
Indeed. Now, the portal the Tau used to get here from their part of the galaxy, that's built by the Cycloprathians and now sits on top of where their planet used to be. And it's managed by some sort of abominable intelligence, and the Tau were lured there, or at least informed on how to use it, by a Cycloprathian known as the First Serpent? Which may or may not be null?
I doubt it. It should not be possible for there to be another incarnation of him active.
Should not be, but... Well, setting that aside. Whatever he is, he's the key to this gate device. He's the only one who's going to be able to know how to operate it safely. Now, right now it's pointed back to the Tau Empire, but we could point it to anywhere. According to what Null's told us, we could point it to Terra itself and open up a gateway straight from Obscurus to the Throne World, or to Macragge, or wherever we wanted, if we get control of the gate. However, that could be incredibly dangerous, and require getting the Tau on board, probably because if not, they'll likely destroy it rather than let us have it and be able to invade their core systems. And also destroying it would quite probably unleash Cyclothrath back into the galaxy, but also leaving it alone might do that anyway. So, given that, it seems to me the obvious course that we need to find some way to take control of the system there, which requires a Cyclone Lord. Which is to say null, but not our null, than all that's locked in his brain.
You want to remove the inhibitors for more than just an interrogation session.
Yes, which is incredibly dangerous and probably not a good idea, but if we want to have access to probably the most important archaeotech discovery in the last several thousand years, that seems like the necessary course of action to me.
Yes, it's... It is extremely dangerous. But if we are going to do it, it would be better to do it in advance rather than
Yes, I think it'd be too
unleash
dangerous.
him at the moment.
Exactly.
At the moment of our triumph.
Which could very easily turn into his triumph as he cackles maniacally and unleashes his cyclothroth like a missile back into the material plane. And yeah, better to get a solid assessment of his mental state and allegiances first, which we can't do in his current state.
Yes. You are quite right, but... When he is released, he does go in for the maniacal laughter and the monologuing.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, that reminds me of someone else that we've managed to make friends with lately. I have high hopes that I can repeat the miracle.
A Lord Inquisitor, while of a similar temperament, has never so far fallen as to have walked in the path of the War Master himself.
No, of course not, but still, I've come to the belief these last months that there's always a second chance for someone if someone's willing to extend a hand to them. And it's up to them if they want to take it, though. I can't force someone to redeem themselves. But they should at least be given the chance.
I see. Well, I will insist that no, that it's difficult. I would like to have the Flame Falcons with us when we do it, but
I agree.
they may take exception to his existence.
That is also likely. Though if you simply want someone who could overpower him, Amy and Mayror and Eclectic, I think, would be at least his match.
I would be very concerned about Eclectic.
Yes, there is the possibility he could take control of her somehow, which reminds me of a second point we need to discuss, but we'll get that in a minute.
I see.
But yes, having people around who can cut him down before he maniacally takes over the ship or something. In fact, if possible, we might want to just take him down to Helwurld and put him in a nice grassy green field or whatever Helworld's like, away from any technology. That would probably be safest.
Agreed. Well, would also recommend that you and Eloa anoint the kill team's weapons and equipment. His ability to command the machine is not limited to the more developed, the more advanced technologies he has in the past. Shut down weapons and armor entrapping the combatant. It makes it a little troublesome to actually kill him without adequate preparation.
Yes, I can imagine. I've seen that happen to Lord Reynolds once. The being entombed in his armor thing was rather horrifying. And Amy cut him out like a can opener and wanted to fight him on fair terms.
Distant, angry Eloa grumbling. She had to piece all that together.
But yes, alright, if you're signed off on getting him woken up, then we will do that next time we, I guess, touch down on a safe enough world. Well, I get to make new friends. That's always nice. Speaking of friends, however, that does bring us to the other matter I wanted to discuss, which is Eclectic. And Juno will just tap her little intercom. Eloa, would you and our other guest come in, please?
Stranger stepped away. Ah!
Well, that's okay. Eloa can roll in with Mayror. Yes. That's fine.
What's it? I am looking, and the world that you'll be above with the Flame Falcons, Melos. It's a mining world, so there's probably vast expanses of just barren stuff.
That'll probably do. Nice. Are we above that now, or are we still in transit when this is taking place?
Would you have waited till after you arrive, or
Yeah, I think so. It's not supremely time sensitive. And plus, we wanted to get him to a planet anyway, so not much point in doing it in the warp.
Mm.
So yeah, Melos then. Oh, in fact, that means that there are 3 very powerful creatures we can have on standby that have no technology on them whatsoever and could probably rend him limb from limb.
Excellent. Do be careful when doing that, though. We need enough of his implants to put into the next body.
I
The psychic trace is needed to actually keep the personality intact.
see. Oh, actually, that reminds me of a third thing, but while Ella was getting here. So those clones you took of us and are growing on, what was it, Tarantus?
Yes.
So given recent developments, Juno's little halo will just like snap on and off over her head. I'm thinking when this gets out from the ship and crew, having those just sitting in a, well, the clone of me anyway, just sitting in a research lab somewhere without us looking over it, where other Inquisitors or the Adeptus Mechanicus could get at it. I'm not particularly comfortable with that.
Oh, I can't say I blame you. I doubt I am the only one to have a sample of your genetic material. If another Inquisitor wants a clone of you, they will be able to grow it themselves.
Well, I'm sure it wouldn't be impossible, but I would think most Inquisitors would probably balk at the heresy of cloning a living saint. I mean, otherwise we'd have Celestines running all over the place, wouldn't we?
We tried that. It didn't work out.
I'm sure.
Perhaps. I can. There are a great many Inquisitors and a great many different views on such things. One attempting it just for the sake of attempting it is very impossible.
Perhaps, but still, just having one already pre-baked sitting around, well, you know, it's a temptation that might not do when we could, get it safely out of reach of anyone who might want to abuse it. So I was thinking of sending one of my people and some, house troops to go pick it up and bring it back. Covertly.
Very well. Oh, we'll be down a ship if you do that.
Honestly, I was thinking of just renting a ship. Rogue traders, after all, and sending one of our agents out on public transit shouldn't seem that unusual. If anything, it would probably cause less pomp and circumstance, which is what I'd want.
Fair. Fair. Well, given the nature of the cargo, I I'd assume that you would be against borrowing or renting.
Well, if it was something that people were already after, yes, but as it is, we should have still some advantage in time before the news fritters out to the public. That should be enough time to at least get the thing and start the way back before anyone notices.
If we are fortunate.
And if we're not, then I'll be sending someone very competent to do the task, so I'm sure he'll be just fine, probably.
Eve nods. And about now. Eloa arrives.
Ah, there you two are. Please come in.
Beep bop.
Hi.
Hello, Mayor.
This is quite a little party.
It's time for more whispered conspiracies in the dark now. Juno will press a little button to close her door. Smile and say, right, now that the big players are here, we need to talk about what we're doing. Helwurld is apparently being overrun. We have the key to the Cyclothroth Gate. We have an ancient Mechanicus killbot that needs to have its brain rewired. And Frank's back.
What?
One thing at a time. Weren't the Tower supposed to be stopping their offensives? Yes, that was part of what you negotiated, wasn't it, Juno?
That was. Something happened?
Well, if Helwurld is being overrun, have the Nox stepped out of line? Have the Tower just broken their word? Has someone else shown up?
That's a good question, and unfortunately we don't have the answer. And due to the speed of Tau communications, it's unlikely Endeavor does either. My guess would it be that it's either some sort of new and perfidious Xeno, or Frank. I'm leaning towards Frank.
Oh, delightful.
Yes, so... if Xal's close enough to know that, she's probably at Helwurld, so we should probably double time it there. Both to stop the whatever's going on there and stop Xal.
Yes. So, are we going back into the webway? I notice you do still have Eldar running around.
Yes, considering the time-sensitive nature of what we're about, that seems the most prudent course. And Deshadra's been very helpful so far.
Yeah, excellent. She's got you all buttered up, ready for the backstab.
Indeed. But before she can backstab us, we do sort of need to save the whole sector from getting sucked into the war for whatever's going to happen.
Yes.
Part and parcel of which is going to be, of course, dealing with Cyclothroth. Mira, do you have any idea who this first serpent is and or where we could find him?
I believe is in the Grail Dark. As to who he is, and no.
Right. Well, whoever he is, then he's still an active threat, but we might be able to just pull one out from under him anyway. With Null. So, Mayor, how do you feel about having a maniacal, possibly omnicidal follower of the War Master Horus on the crew for a bit?
And not my first choice in tech adepts.
No, but hypothetically, if it's the choice between that and securing the Tau's warp gate.
That's not a choice at all.
It might be. We can dismantle the gate once we have it, and the Tau won't take kindly to that, of course. That'd almost certainly ruin our alliance, but we could brute force it without him. It's a bad choice, I think, but it's something that is on the table.
Eloa, dear. A question for you. Against, as Juno describes, a omnicidal follower of War Master Horus, and a very skilled technomancer in his own right. Oh, tasty. How secure do you think the ship's systems are? Like, can you stop him from just turning off the life support or flooding the entire vessel with poison gas?
Let me think of how I'm going to put this. Within all the realms of what I am familiar with, and within all of the secrets, both orthodox and otherwise, I have uncovered of my order and have been made aware of, yes. But if he is from Cyclorath, there are technologies for which I will need to think on the fly. Contest of wills, so to speak. I do not believe he will be capable of simply switching off the life support without an without extensively combating me, in which time one of you kindly shoot him in the head.
That's good. That's good.
You're not here, Jean-Pierre.
He will be one of the people shooting him in the head, though.
Yeah, that's the double things.
Follow-up and related question to that. Megalomaniacal, potentially omnicidal. See, the sort of megalomaniacal that would insist on doing things the hard way just to show off we can. Yes. Excellent. Excellent. Because, well, while he may struggle to just turn the life support off, if he was pragmatic, he could just use a bomb. It's what I would do.
What you have done
If,
to great
you know.
effect.
Yes. Much, much greater than anticipated. I'm still riding that high.
I'm riding it vicariously. That was incredible. But yes, if we can have a reasonable chance of stopping Null 2.0 from doing whatever it is he would want to do if he turned rogue, are we all in agreement that is the best course to bring him out? I suppose there's possibly a third choice. I don't know if it's actually something we could do instead of, but my gut instinct is that Cyclothrath can't interact with the gate on its own from wherever they are. So if we dispatch this first serpent and all of his followers, we might just render it inert, or at least just as a single two-way corridor between us and the Tau Empire.
That makes sense. If I could return on their own, they likely would have done so in support of the 12th Black Crusade.
Precisely. But this first serpent either wasn't in a position to do so or wasn't around yet, so either way, he's here now and causing mischief. We kill him, which would involve hunting him down in the Grail almost certainly. Then we don't have to destroy the gate or bring out Null, but we get very little reward out of it, and frankly the only people who actually benefit are the Tau. Although, I suppose that keeps our alliance going, which, at least until the Crusade's over, is good enough.
I'm against that. It would be... The gate is worth the risk, in my opinion. Agreed. It would revolutionize travel in, at least from the Gothic sector.
I concur.
Could go a great way towards actually making a benefit for the Imperium.
Emperor knows we have few enough of those these days, so yes, alright, we'll do it then. Pursuant to keeping Null under control, though, Eloa, would you like to present your findings via Eclectic?
I don't remember which specific ones there are. There are some personal ones that I'm not telling anybody. Which ones are you talking about?
Mostly about trying to perform brain surgery on her to restore her memories and get rid of these command codes in there.
I'm undertaking an operation to excise any command shackles that the Cyclorathians have put on her mind. One more weapon in our utility belt would be useful.
However, we don't have all we need for that.
I am working on some things, and once we drop out of transit, what world are we above again?
We are above Melos, the one with the Flame Falcons.
Yeah, I need to go to go to a Forge World and grab some gear used by the explorators, specifically a. Give Stray a second. There's a name for the thing that I'm looking for.
There's also a thing that probably isn't on a Forge World you were looking for.
What was the other thing?
A psychic. A powerful psychic.
Oh,
A telepath, specifically.
I already know. I already know where those are.
Yeah, but you have two
And adapt.
Inquisitors. You could poke to get one easier.
I don't trust the Inquisitors. I don't trust anything that the fascist would give me.
I mean, but what about Uncle Mayor?
You're just giving me alternate, slightly different endings of the bad ending.
Look, no, you don't trust the fascist, you trust the anarcho-communist. He's way better, clearly.
But
He kills
Savin,
fascists.
I hung out with them. They're so dumb. Ah, God, I don't want to go back to 2013. Anyways, I need an adaptive Logos engine. It is very nearly archaic. The explorator tech priests of Fourth Theta recovered a. God damn it! What are they called, Merzendi? I keep thinking of memory cores, but that's BattleTech.
Oh, you mean a voting core?
STC. There we go.
STC?
Recovered an STC from the ancient past that it uses intrusion machine spirits, electromagnetic pulses, and other means to break into alien and unknown advanced systems.
So, do you feel safe, Eloa, having an unshackled Null be on the ship with Eclectic at the same time in her current state?
Absolutely not. I have removed none of the. I have removed none of the commands, including the command obeying orders of any one of the tech priests. That means anyone, and without a doubt, the Cyclorate have put in a backdoor where any order from one specifically from Cyclorate overrides any other order.
Okay, so given that's the case, we probably don't want to unshackle Null just yet. The Lady Sector is leading the Spandex front, right?
Correct.
Well, we need to go there anyway for the Tau business. And Eloa seems to need to go to Spandex to get a Logos thingy. So we'll hold off on actually unshackling Null until then. As much as I'd like to start working on him, having him take over the shape-shifting assassin bot, probably not great.
And if he does not know I have already cracked the codes, then I don't. Perhaps it's from interacting with you often enough, but I find myself enjoying the imagery of him ordering Eclectic to do something, and the pause and the crestfallen look when he realizes that his orders have been overruled before I shoot him many times.
That would be a good way to find out if he's on our side, is to see him try and fail to take over Eclectic at a critical moment. Okay then. Are we all good on that then?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Then we will hold off on Null until Spandex. Use him to take over the warp gate, seal off Cyclothrath forever, or throw nukes at it, or whatever we want to do, and revolutionize travel for the Imperium, and also avoid the worst possible effect of the warp storm coming. Easy spy.
I actually find myself having the intense desire to purchase a high quality. No, what are they called? Merzendi, what are they called? The people, the remembrancer of hiring a remembrancer to take a picture recording of the burning of cyclerates so I can mount it on my wall.
You might want to commission Renault for that. He's actually an amazing scrimshaw.
I don't think asking one of the sons of the Omnissiah to create me art would go over well.
You would be surprised. He was actually very excited about my commission.
Blink.
He's renovating one of the training halls with a picture of that ship exploding that Mayward took out. Also, I have to QBRB.
I suppose, with the subject matter being the destruction of the enemies of mankind, it's... It is... So, well, it is possible he would be willing.
That while I would be incredibly blessed to have such a thing, I find it entirely improper to ask uh, to ask an angel of death for art. Now, if he were to feel inspired, I would certainly not mind granting his order many resources in order to have it for myself. The Adeptus Astartes do love their custom bolt ammunition.
True enough. It is your decision.
Wonder if we could get vortex torpedoes. I still think that they'll have a defense against virus bombs.
They'll probably have defenses against just about everything. We'll probably have to have at least a ground team go down to wipe out any void shields or the like.
If only we could throw a Space Hulk against it and take care of two problems with one, kill two birds with one stone. When was the last tracked movement of the Space Hulk that's bouncing around this sector? Can I pull that up? There was a Space Hulk bouncing around.
Was there?
We heard reports of one. Wasn't it named? I could have swore it had a name. Savin would probably remember.
It's been a while So
Yeah, there was a Space Hulk, and I'm fairly certain it got named by Jacques while we were gone. Is he named by Jacques or Xal? One of the two.
um,
Oh well, I'm sure Savin will remember, but in any event, it doesn't matter for the here and now. I was just filling some air while we waited.
fair enough.
We are, in fact, we're in the waiting room of the captain, and if the captain decided to go and get tea in the Earl Grey hot in the corner, we gotta wait for her to come back. And I figured out why I got the automatic response. I totally forgot that it was Memorial Day weekend, which means tomorrow when I go to work, I'm getting paid double time.
Sorry about that.
It's
Yes, welcome back.
Was that a plane chant I heard?
I don't know. Savin,
No, that's a fan.
what was the name of the Space Hulk that was bouncing around the sector?
I don't remember hearing about a Space Hulk in this sector, and if there was one, I wanted to investigate it.
Yeah, I could have swore that a long time ago, we heard that the Space Hulk had been found, and then we wibbly wooed into the warp.
I think you might be thinking of the Eye of Ahriman, which is in the nebula, which is the big chaos base asteroid thing. Axeman, right. Look.
Listen, it's a good guess.
I got that close without looking at my notes. Yeah, see, I mean, Ahriman makes sense.
Night, Ben. Alright. Well, now that you have your Earl Grey hot, was there anything else you needed?
No, that was about Juno done. At some point, we need to talk about Frank, but not right now.
Savin craves the hot dog.
I have taters.
I crave giving Frank a big, giant hug as we joined forces, and he comes back as a sister battle. It'll be great. But until then, what I actually crave is petting dragons.
As opposed to Ariel.
Who also craves petting dragons.
Well, in a
Heavily.
very different way. Juno would never. These are her babies.
You spoke over the heavily part I added. Alright. Well, we're still in transit to go meet your children, because we're
No, we're
timey-wimey.
there. We're there.
Are we?
Yeah, this is after the timey-wimey.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I need to go and have surgery, so I'll be gone for a little bit. Goodbye.
Okay. What are you getting done?
The Space Marines are
Oh, right, the gun.
installing something. Yeah, are installing something on me.
Right.
I don't know what it is yet, but well, technically I do. In character, I don't know what it is, but Jacques had something in mind, and he gave me the nod of approval.
Yes.
It better be that, because I already spent points on the weapon training.
Yep. A nice, a relatively nice Flame Falcon called Brother Martin. He is one of the tech marines in training they have. He has not gone off to Mars yet. I'll tell you that if you're at all curious, he'll tell you that half of those selected have gone for their training now. The other half are receiving field education from Mechanicum adepts, and once the first half have returned, will go to Mars to finish and formalize their oaths to the Omnisire.
Do they actually still go to Mars in lore, or just like local, like big Forge worlds?
It's apparently all done through Mars.
Somehow.
I mean, remember, every single Sister of Battle is through Ophelia 4 or Terra.
Despite all of the timey-wimey stuff they put in the game, somehow every single tech marine comes from one place, and every single Sister of Battle come from two places in the entire galaxy.
And that's how I was able to
Their
justify
sense of
Juno
scale
having
has
been a
just been
terror in the
awful.
past.
Two of you talking over each other meant I understood neither.
Sorry, you go ahead.
And their sense of scale has just been tremendously awful.
What'd you say, Savin?
In certain ways, I think Warhammer's sense of scale is actually probably more accurate than a lot of sci-fi settings, but I'd said that's how I'm able to justify Juno having been to Terra, because there's only two places you can go, and that's closer to where she's from.
Hooray!
Yes, Martin will do your surgery and implant I believe it was a relic plasma pistol.
Hooray! Name, relic, plasma pistol, class, pistol. What book are the stats in?
So, I think I gave you the stats already, didn't I?
You put an example in chat a long time ago, but it was in this chat, not in the game chat, I don't think. That made no sense, the Discord chat.
Yeah, it is, I'll repost.
Meters.
Let's actually just check that's the right one. Yep, just swap volatile for maximal and overheats, because this is just one of those weird things about different editions.
Okay. Wait, if it's a relic, doesn't that mean it's good enough quality that...
Knockoff overheats.
Okay. The pen is 12.
No, pen is 8.
Oh, pen is 8. What's 12?
Magazine size.
That's just a lie. It's attached to my spine. Energy weapons are infinite.
I don't think plasma are.
That's what it said in the matter. Let's go back to where it says. I'll read it again.
Did say energy weapons at all, I'm pretty sure, but
Yeah, it did. I did read it, and then it said energy weapons, but we'll look at it again. It's fine.
Reloading your
I
spine
don't
gun
mind.
would probably be kind of awkward.
Heresy. Nope. There's integrated weapons.
Yeah, integrated plasma and melter weapons double their standard magazine
Ah.
size.
Well, I mean, it does make sense because plasma actually throws something.
Yeah.
24,
It's
24.
just Laz that has infinite magazine.
How do you reload it?
Well, it's
You got to go
not
back
over,
to like your squire and
You
get them
haven't-
to put a fist up your
you
butt.
haven't seen those before? You haven't seen them before? Hang on. They're kind of mounted like... Let me pull up the picture again. Because they actually do have images of tech priests.
Oh, it's on
with
like a
these
little arm that comes up over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, no. The one over my shoulder is a chain gun. The one sprouting from my back and coming down the side is the plasma. Hang on. Let's see. Admech. What are the big attacky boys called again, Merzendi?
Like the type of
Magos.
Magos.
Yeah.
It's I think it's Dominus or
Dominus.
Reductor.
Yeah, Admech Dominus. Here, I'll show you. There's even a little, they have a model for him. Although I think this guy, rather than a plasma, has heat cheats and he has a gamma weapon. See, it's like that.
Ah, yes. I see. Oh, it's more like a little extra arm coming out, like the side.
Correct.
Neat.
Yeah. The Admech are cool.
Yes.
If that is your aesthetic, then they certainly are.
I like techno horror.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to meet one in a dark alley, but they're cool.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I mean,
want to really.
If you're just a flesh bag, it's fine. But if you have like a nice watch or something,
They're like Worth's Brotherhood of Steel, and that's saying something. All right, I'll finish. I'll finish duding in my weapon, and then I'm gonna have to talk to Eclectic. 1d10 plus 10.
gonna add a new heading to my notes. Replacing travel plans (parentheses never mind lol). Travel plans part 2. Surely these plans will not just get immediately thrown into the gutter, right?
I'm sorry.
It
There's
wasn't
so
your fault.
many... Oh, I thought that my side quest to get the thingy so I can more easily hack in.
No, the last bunch of travel plans we had got thrown in the gutter when Mayor showed up with this fucking Nox guy with this new plotline. We were gonna go to Corellia and get some loot. It was gonna be awesome. Then we were gonna Lady Sector.
Damage. Okay, everything looks like it's doing its thing. What's a reload on when you adapt it to your spinny spineless boobly?
My most powerful weapon continues to do 1d10 plus 5.
You're a living saint.
I know. It doesn't mean I can contribute to a fight. Look at this. Behold the divine bonk. Wow.
Just a a blind priestess with her friend, the murder bot with the literal flying murder bot with a rotor cannon, a multi gun, and a plasma pistol. Also a grenade launcher.
Ooh, that's a interesting other bit with plasma weapons. When you integrated ones, they lose recharge. So if you don't care about ammo expenditure, you can always fire it on maximal.
Amazing.
Nice.
Who cares about ammunition when I can just live the max damage life? Alright, anything else for reloading? Or is it still just the standard? Alright, 3 full. Got it. Alright, no. Doesn't add or subtract from it, just 3 full. Sounds good to me. Oh! I accidentally clicked Steam.
So,
So indeed.
I'll say its chat brings up a good point. You contribute to a lot of fights by diffusing them before they turn into fights.
That's true.
I mean, yes. If we did encounter bypass XP, Juno would be like level 3 billion, but
I mean, she is.
shush.
What we are not only over. And what do you mean you can't contribute to a fight? You have a ship.
Look, if the ship contributes to a ground fight, things have gone so spectacularly wrong that nobody else is contributing to that fight.
Incorrect. This is specifically why a long time ago I bought transponder beacons
Do you know
specifically
what
for when.
the area of effect of a lance bombardment is? It's like a kilometer. I'm not
That
talking about
didn't-
the drift. I'm talking about the area of effect.
Did that stop the Carcharodon Astra from doing it? I think not, sir. If those psychopaths can do it, so can I.
Look, all I'm saying is one of the good things the new Warhammer role-playing game has going for it is the size of a bombardment. It's just a talent rogue traders can buy, and it's very small because instead of shooting the macro cannon, you shoot one of the point defense cannons. It's still a giant fucking bullet that takes out like a city block, but it's not killing the entire party every time.
Fine, I'm going to get you a little psychically I'm gonna go to Terra, I'm gonna go to wherever Berkeley, California was, I'm gonna go and get one of those stupid psychic crystal shops, grab one of those, jam it into a visor, and then attach that to your head so you can support us from above. There we go. Done.
Oh yeah, I did actually get a psionic red dot off of Null between sessions. So now I have a plus 15 accuracy to my ranged 5 bolt pistol. Or, sorry, bolt halberd.
Yeah, see, that means I just need to be 1.1 kilometers away. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I think there's a secondary area effect that's just much less damage. Or, sorry, no, the 1 kilometer is the secondary area effect. The initial area hit is just you die, but everything else is like 5d10 plus 50 or something. Totally survivable.
5d10 plus 10, pen
Oh.
6.
See, totally survivable.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I
I'll
mean,
be fine.
It's a
I'll-
direct
I'll
hit,
sit
it's like
in-
50.
I'll sit in my tank and then I'll open one of the hatches and then stick some marshmallows on the end of one of my tines. It'll be fine. I'll be great.
Like the average of that would be like 37 or so.
Wait a minute. Hold on a
Not
second.
only will
Hold
I,
on.
not
I need to
only
look
will I
something
survive,
up here. One moment, please.
not only will I survive without a scratch, but everyone gets s'mores.
Alright.
Slightly irradiated. See, Ken Athis, he's making nothing but good points.
I am not so sure about this, but okay.
You just don't believe in the power of my faith.
What are you looking up, Savin?
I'm looking up the damage of a fucking las cannon. Yeah, okay, so the secondary effect is the same damage as a las cannon, but with less pen. So you are in fact actually safer just getting glanced by an orbital bombardment than by a las cannon. Thanks, G-dubs.
Yeah, a very fun thing about orbital bombardments, you can't dodge them.
I mean, that makes sense. Unless you're like right on the edge of the blast.
I trust the blind lady in orbit not to miss.
Listen, the reality is, Juno and Castle working together can get our crew hit rating up to like 70. So, I mean,
And I have
probably.
transponders.
See, it probably won't miss.
It's fine.
But anyway, back to the actual game. Other than theory crafting new and exciting ways for me to kill the party.
So, Stray, you said you wanted to talk to Eclectic?
I gotta talk to Eclectic. How about Boyne times?
And welcome to Crusader Kings 3.
Bob?
I'm Chiches and I'm collaborating.
Oh.
I was so confused. I thought Snippy had snuck in and was like poking fun and putting something on.
Me too, TBH. That sounded just like Snippy in the distance. But yeah, Eclectic.
Ah! I'm down in my secret tunnels now.
Yes. I'm borrowing Narcis's, like the Narcis's quarters map, since there isn't a Narcis anymore.
You mean you don't have a grand map of the Mechanicus Cathedral?
No.
Shame. Also, no one really makes art of the Mechanicus Cathedral, so understandable.
Oh yeah, this is my first time seeing the new stuff they've done with dynamic lighting. Being able to make it one way and stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, everything when you type in Adeptus Mechanicus Cathedral is like either like line art or from like the video games where you like walk around inside of one.
Yeah. So, the floor is yours.
Eclectic. I spoke with the Eldari and well, involved myself in one of the divination rituals. So, let's see. Well, first off, I believe that uh, uh, through what powers of observation I have, that when she told me the things that were any negative things that would come to pass with uh, us would not come from her. She would not raise her hand against myself or you. While I am not a master of Eldari facial features, uh, I can say with a high degree of certainty that she was telling the truth.
That is greatly relieving.
And then comes one of the more uh, unfortunate revelations, whether it be true or not. It was slightly more clear than her other rambling visions. Then again, I say rambling visions, they are um, about as uh, clear as mechanical forged glass as compared to the opaqueness of Imperial Psyker prophecies. But she asked about my deeply held feelings towards you, and I suppose I confirmed them. And she said that if we pursue this path together, then we will face, I suppose, great hardship along the way. I no longer know fear and have gazed deep into the mysteries of the Omnissiah, and I have ammunition to spare. However, there is danger in walking this path together. So, if you, for the sake of your own self preservation, if you wish to walk your own path from now on, I will understand.
I am somewhat confused, Eloa. This is no new revelation. Danger, adversity, that was expected.
I suppose I am nonplussed enough as I have known nothing but danger since I stepped from the great libraries of my world, but there would be a lesser amount of danger to some degree if uh, you do not want to uh, continue the path hand in hand.
I see. I do not believe that this is sufficient cause to change the path we have been walking. The, as I said, danger was expected, and it shall come either way. It would be better to handle it together.
Understood. I am incredibly pleased you feel that way. And at the end of this conversation, I do have uh, something to both ask and give to you. However, there lies now an option in your hands. You said that you would prefer one of your own kind to touch your mind. Ashadra has promised that any danger will not come from her. If you choose that option, despite the dangers, I will support you in it. The other options are equally as fraught with danger, but I can tell you that it will be less. Uh, hmm, I suppose uh, she wields her powers as a scalpel, where an Imperial Cycler would be a hammer, and where the Master of the Flame Falcons would be as thrusting your mind into the heat of the forge.
Yes, but I still believe this would be the best choice.
Very well. I will speak with her about it. I will need to get another piece of technology to overcome the whatever else the cycle arrays may have shackled upon your mind. There is technology from a time when the Eldari and the humans were not in conflict, in the shadowed remnants of the ancient days before the Omnissiah strode once more upon the red sands of Mars.
If they will provide assistance, then we should. It would certainly be wise to have everything that would make this easier.
And finally, this, as an uh, answer to your affirmation of your affection. Um, I have, and this is actually a thing that I've had since session 1, Merzendi, and it was part of building my character. It is my memento, and I realized a couple of weeks ago how fitting this would be. This is something I do not know how Eldari weld themselves together. Many humans uh, like Juno uh, exchange rings and long ceremonies of marriage. The Adeptus Mechanicus, we breed or clone. This uh, most emotions are excised by the time one becomes a member of the clergy. Although we do perform services within the iron wombs like I was born in. This was forged on Mars long before the Imperium ever was. And Eloa pulls out her memento. It is a 1 centimeter squared plasteel cube from Mars. It is the only thing I have ever had sentimental value for. Yeah, the only thing that did not possess a machine spirit, I should say.
I thank you, Eloa.
it has been handled, and we of Mars use it to remind ourselves of the strength and purity of metal, a good luck charm, if you would say, passed down for untold millennia. And I give it now to you to incorporate in a small part into your form.
She will take it and press it into the liquid metal just above where her twin hearts are. Like her soul gems, I mean.
Yes, I understood.
Oh. She does not seem to know what to say. This is a yeah.
I was getting to that. I was waiting for. It's still in that cutscene. It was. I was waiting for Merz to finish.
Oh, I had. Sorry.
Ah, okay. All right. Yeah, and Eloa will pull her into an embrace and kiss her.
Aww. Robots in love.
Beep boop bop.
I think we fade out on that there.
Yeah, I mean, the next 20 minutes are just fucking eclectic getting railed over a table. Or vice versa. I don't know which of you is the top.
Who even knows? They both have one's a shapeshifter and one has multi-axis ports.
Yeah.
When I realized that I still had that 1 centimeter plasteel cube from Mars, I was like, my god, galaxy brain time. Because a ring wouldn't make sense. She's a shapeshifter. And then I remembered that she absorbs metal.
Yes. Alright. So, what now, folks?
Well, I've got my gun. I got my now common law wife. Now I've got to go and well, I need the Logos engine, and I also need to talk to a Shadra.
Sure. Logos engine will require traveling to Spandex. So.
You lost the plot when you retired. Now you're just not paying attention because you're French.
Don't worry. I think we'll have some action for you to sink your teeth into before too long.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically, we've been jumping around trying to get to places.
Yeah, I know, but if after a while, that's sort of
Yeah.
The plot is basically, sorry, go ahead.
I get what Bob's saying. Yeah, go talk to a Shader.
Okay, well, we're on title screen, so
Sure.
I wasn't sure if Merzendi
Would you like to
wanted
borrow
plop
my
me
sitting
somewhere.
room?
Well, you know what? We can include more people in it. I would like to borrow you and your sitting room.
Okay.
All right.
I don't think Ceiko or Ponareff will care about this part because I'm just recruiting a psyker. Napoleonic French?
yes.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Absolute disgust.
Was it the first time with Napoleon or the second time after he came back?
The first time.
Okay.
Definitely the first time. Yeah, that must be when I had to add the A to Gene because I just put the E in.
Good old Napoleon, the guy who had a whole coalition that declared war on him personally. Not France, just him.
Just him. Is it going to be a weird vein back here? Please let it be a weird vein.
Guys, how do we beat Napoleon? He keeps kicking our asses with the best land army in Europe. Well, we don't fight Napoleon. We just keep kicking the ass of his generals, and whenever Napoleon shows up, we run away.
It turns out Napoleon defeated himself twice. That didn't help none. His walking to Russia was not a good idea.
That was the
And,
second part. You're part of the first part.
The other one was his attempting going to Egypt, where he lost horribly. He just said he won.
I mean, he didn't lose horribly. He just lost.
Oh, damn.
They lost horribly after he left, and then everyone collapsed. But it was basically everyone had their sabers out. The French got first blood drawn, and then Napoleon was like, "But what if I go to France and pursue a political career?"
Right. I wanted to ask: are you bringing eclectic?
I will. I will post coitus ask eclectic if she wants to come, or if she wants me to bring a Shadra down, or let her know what a Shadra says.
Obvious joke aside, yeah, I think she would. She should probably go and actually meet her.
And gee, Eloa, your mom lets you have two Eldar? To be fair, if Girly Man can do it, so can I. He has an Eldar and a Living Saint, for Christ's sakes.
I think you mean he sits there while a living saint and an Eldar and an Inquisitor all shag in the room.
I did forget about the Inquisitor too, who is basically the most soon character in 40k, and that's saying something.
She is so rock hard for Celestine, it's not even funny.
I know. She was like, "I'm so sorry. I did not know you were on the side of good. I swear by the Emperor, I'll make it up to you." And Celestine just started wiggling her eyebrows.
Right, and yeah, I did drag you over.
Juno.
Eloa, eclectic. Shadra.
Oops.
Of course, the inestimable
Nicodemus.
Boops.
Nicodemus hisses in the background. Alright. So, rather than have Merzendi talk to herself, Eloa will explain the situation to Ashadra.
Yes. I understand. That is a most unfortunate circumstance. I would be willing to help disentangle your overlap.
Overlap?
The overlapping memories.
Got it.
Oh. I heard ovula, and I was like, excuse me? I didn't know we were trying to have eclectic babies here. I see why I've been summoned. All right, well.
That's completely thrown me. I'm
It threw me too. Just sit there for like 5 seconds. Go, what? Her what?
Oh my god, it was so overwhelming. You brain blasted Bob back into the south. My god, he too is gonna put peanuts in his Coke.
Okay, no, Bob, you know about putting peanuts in fucking grape soda, right? You're a Southern
You
boy
mean
too.
Coca-Cola?
Yeah, you put peanuts in a Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. See.
That
Fucking weirdos.
that is actually the typical American drink if you go overseas.
What?
Yeah. Like
Who let Southern people tell people what we eat? Although, to be fair, everyone from the north just eats a shittier version of what they have in Europe. That's true. That's true.
what is
They just eat brats. Everyone in New York just eats bratwurst and pizza, right?
yeah, that's
I mean,
accurate.
having been to New York City, other than ethnic food, yeah, that's all I ate. So, sounds right.
Though what's weird is I only heard about peanuts and Coca-Cola from like someone from like I think it was like Germany or France. They're like, oh
Really?
yeah,
Huh.
like it's not a actual. Like my parents never told me about it until I was like way older. But,
I'm not sure I've ever had a brat.
Really?
how do you not had a brat?
Yeah,
That's like the
I've had a
superior
bunch of
hot
other
dog.
sausages, but not a brat.
That's like
brats are good.
the superior hot dog.
It's just a better hot dog.
Mm.
But anyway, while Juno sips on her peanut-infested soda, we'll nod.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
No, it's good. You drink and then you have a little bit of salty peanuts, and then I admit I don't like it.
Bob understands.
I understand. I just do not like
Yeah, so Jill nod along. So you still need this Logis engine, right?
For the technical part of it, correct?
Hmm.
The Ceiko part of it. Merzendi, did they have to happen at the same time? Was it like you have the anesthesiologist and then you have like the brain surgeon or whatever? Or is it they can be done separately? Where
they have to happen at the same time, really. At least the memory restructuring, you need all of the experts. For just removing the implanted codes, you can probably do that you can probably do that one separately.
The code work I can do by myself. However, some of the hard locks will need the Logos engine. And the rest, I have control over the material world, not the metaphysical. I can shut down a weapon with a wave of my hand, but I cannot touch the vital essence.
Shadra nods, understanding. Yes, that is the part you would have me perform.
As Eclectica said, she trusts one of her kin more than the, I suppose one could say, awesome might of a chapter master or the, I would say, I would attempt to preserve the honor of human psychers if I had not seen them destroy things so spectacularly before, so I will simply say bumbling of a mortal psyker.
I might not go so far, but yes, that is an appropriate term. The Eldar mind is a special thing, one who has not understood it by living as one of us. Even the best and, well, even the most able or well-meaning would do irreparable harm.
Savin, I had to rotor cannon a wedding last time a psyker lost control.
No, I know. That's kind of what I was pointing out. Like, Juno's solution to all this fucking wibbly wobbly magic is fucking blood magic.
It's fine. It's fine. It worked out well in Dragon Age.
Yeah, it's fine. The player character can become a blood mage with no negative consequences ever.
And they even explain it in the lore. Before they went completely nutter butters with it. Anyways. So, the aside from Eclectic wanting to converse with one of her kin, the point of this meeting was to ask for your assistance in restoring her mind. Free of the shackles of the traders of Cyclowraith.
I'll give it freely. But one of my kin, even as distant as you have become, suffers, so that is a matter I would be pleased to help correct.
Okay. Well, if there's anything anyone wants to bring up between the four characters, now's the time to do it. Otherwise, I suppose to save Merzendi from talking to herself, Eclectic can talk with one of her kin for a while, and Juno and Eloa will have it's basically Girls' Night Xeno edition.
Yeah, I think you mean Juno will practice her Aodari. I'm amazed I passed. I did it. Didn't make a
One
complete boob of
success.
myself.
So you have a really thick accent. However, you don't turn into a complete Peggy Hill.
Alright, could you roll scrutiny on a Shadra?
Okay.
She's laughing. She's trying desperately to contain her laughing.
Scrutiny. Oh.
She's very impressed and touched by your attempts. You're doing really well.
She did the old Emperor bless your soul.
That's my job. Well.
Yes. She'll very much enjoy chatting with Eclectic, and Eclectic is really pleased to have another Eldar. You guys are cool, but there are some things that you need another space elf to relate to.
We're cool, but we're not Eldar cool.
It's okay. I understand. Juno's happy to hang out with friendos. Stretch her little psychic tongue muscle.
Alright. And what next, folks? Are we ready to do a webway crawl over to Zapandex?
I have one thing I gotta do, and it'll be quick. It doesn't even necessarily need to be a scene, but Marco, I need you to kidnap me. Here's a briefcase full of money and some guns. Good luck.
Okay. Move him down from off of the companion's thing as he's no longer with you.
Okay. I think this needs to be a scene. I must know how this is gonna happen.
I mean, if you want.
This is just him going to collect the clones we've had commissioned of you all.
Okay. I misunderstood that.
No, that was exactly the point.
Okay, I thought this is Juno. Like, okay, I don't want to be in this situation. Here, Marco.
Yeah, you know what? I've gotten tired of Augie and all this Inquisitor bullshit. Marco, it's time for us to elope. No. No. Would you like me to roll influence or something to outfit this op? And such.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay, let's see.
Hold on, let me get you your modifiers.
Okay.
All right. This is really a service. So a nearby system void jumper is scarce. All the way up to Tarantis is that's 2 subsectors across. So it's definitely not a nearby system. So 2 below scarce is very rare. Would you like to get a better quality one?
I'm less interested in quality and more the discretion of the captain and crew. You know what I mean? But I'll pay out for that, absolutely.
Sure. suitable. Yeah, I think I'll use the good quality modifier to get people who are competent and won't ask questions.
Good.
So that's a -50.
Nice. Okay, now, here, Inquisition and Rogue Traders, because I'm using Marco and Rogue Trader resources, / a Rogue Trader, ship, potentially.
Rogue Trader, yes. I don't think Inquisition would be a good idea. And you could apply it, but then your
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. I'll go ahead and pop a Fate to get another DOS on that. I think 3 DOS is a nice bonus from Mr. Marco.
Sure. It sounds like. Oh,
Straight back.
welcome back. That certainly sounds like he is going to be able to get there successfully.
Excellent.
Whether that leads into him coming back and successful and having successfully acquired children, we'll see when we see.
I will just to make sure we're all on the same page, I will ask Reeve to, send some sort of approval with Marco to make sure he's not having to like steal these kids. Unless that's, comes back as a last resort. This is his lab.
Yeah. Yeah, Reeve will fill out the requisite paperwork. So, assuming nothing fucky has happened on the lab, and Reeve hasn't heard of anything fucky happening, then Marco should be alright. Hopefully.
Good. Alright, now I'm set. Let's do Webway.
Sure. Where are you going?
I guess straight to Helwurld. That's sort of the time-sensitive op.
Okay, not going to Spandex.
I need that Logos engine.
I mean,
I
also want to go to Spandex and get fucking Von Meyer, but this is the thing where Hellworld's being overrun, so can't really fuck about.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you got it, Captain. I guess we're gonna have to keep the sexy elf lady with us even longer. Ho hum.
Ho hum.
All right. Given that you now have a battle barge with you, you have to take even more circuitous webway routes.
But it's a battle barge with the chapter master and 3 dragons and the Terminator guy. I mean, that's kind of a negative, but the rest of it's really good, so I think that's worth it.
Yeah. Tilpin is an absolute cunt, but he's really handy in a fight. Good God, the tanking abilities of Terminator armor.
Yeah, as long as we can drop pod him directly into a combat and never have to engage with him socially or bring any of our allies near him, he's great.
Unless someone tries to run up and what is it? What is that sport from Scotland? Oh no.
Caber toss?
Caber toss?
Yeah, unless someone tries to caber toss him.
I would like to I'm not sure my knight could caber toss him.
It's mechanically possible in Deathwatch.
God damn
Yeah,
it. Of course it is.
Yeah, like that's how they kill the Chaos Terminator is.
Just fucking
'Cause
yeet
it-
him.
Yeah, they couldn't dodge him. Like you can't dodge in Terminator armor, and you can't engage in melee in Terminator armor. So, so he just sort of ran up and yeeted him like hundreds of feet into the air.
I mean, you most certainly can do melee in Terminator armor. Otherwise, assault Terminators just wouldn't exist.
But you can't melee someone who's behind you, so...
I mean, that's just how that was written. So I'm not 100% sure.
Fair enough.
Oh, they can't dodge or parry. That's what it was.
Which means
Pretty
you can't
sure
really
they can
avoid the
parry.
grapple. But anyway.
Yes. Sorry, I just...
Hopefully we will not need to toss a dwarf, I mean the Terminator.
This yeah, we just have to protect the Terminator from like the one Scotsman in the group.
Ugh.
To be fair, I don't actually think it's possible anymore, because it worked back then because that Space Marines have a thing they can turn on that doubles and then triples their unnatural strength, so their normal 80 goes to it's 16 by default because it's normally doubled in Deathwatch, and then activating the ability made it go up to like 24, and then because this was a strong one, it was more like 30.
Yeah, like this guy like somehow accidentally maxed out the character to do exactly what he needed to do. Yeah, he was basically set himself up as Amelie, or no, as a Greaves, just all strength and swordsmanship, and oh fuck, yeet. But that joke's aside, uh, yeah.
I am just getting some stuff ready. That's why I
Okay, and I'm sure Merzendi's gonna allow the Tilpin to actually parry someone in melee, so we won't have to worry about him getting caber tossed, or make it like a struggle or something else other than you just run up and throw the motherfucker.
Mm.
Cause uh, okay, I can sort of understand like you wrapping around your legs, but to wrap around the legs and then do like a fucking barbell, like a barbell squat, like you're about to power lift something, that takes a second, even for a Space Marine. Enough for you to be like, perhaps I should not be in this position. Perhaps I should punch this giant blue man underneath me. Or, take a step back or something.
Sometimes I'm a bit of a blindo. Because I downloaded a new background for Helwurld, and then I was just staring in my downloads folder, like, where did it go? It was right here a second ago. And yeah, it was right there, directly under my cursor. as these things always are. Right. I need to be right back, actually. So, everyone just take a couple of minutes, grab a drink and stuff.
Okay. Sorry, we were explaining storm wardens to Winter.
On her boys.
So incredibly uber scotch.
Mm.
You started the recording back, Savin?
Yes, thank you.
Alright. So, it's more Shader will guide your fleet through the Flame Falcons are a little weirded out by it, but they're big boys. They cope.
They're weirded out by they're in the warp and there's not the constant yammering of demons outside the hull. What's with the oppressive silence?
Yes. Also weirded out by having to have a knife here. They are. It takes quite a bit of careful manoeuvring from Narcy to make sure Tilpin does not squish them and strand the eternal flame in the webway forever.
Does she just put him in a VR where all he's doing is killing Eldar?
That would probably work. Is there anything you guys want to do in the week you're in the webway? Like any preparations you want to make for possibly emerging into a battle?
Yeah, Juno's gonna take the opportunity to run the crew through combat drills, I think. We haven't had any significant space action together as a crew, but this could be the big throwdown, so get their skills sharp.
Yeah, other than just making more sanctified ammunition now.
Oh yeah, actually, that's a good point. I can spend some resources to sanctify my armor, which might be a good idea.
Yeah, I'm going to dip myself in sacred unguents warding, but
Me too.
that's just something that requires 5 hours of work, not 5 days.
Yeah, and I don't think it requires any rolls either, does it?
Not at my level. I have mastery.
Takes 6 of them to completely ward a person, right? Because 5 limbs, torso, head. Or sorry, 4 limbs, torso, head.
Yes.
I do need to ward my giant penis.
Four-armed emperor.
I mean, Merzendi, if you want, I can roll them all, but the thing is, I literally have to roll 100 to fail.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Thank you.
The 4-armed emperor.
Wait, that's I blanked out for a second, and all I heard is something like, "All praise the four-armed emperor." What? How does that?
Yeah. Because, as Juno said, when you apply sacred unguents, you have to do all 5 of your limbs, your torso, and your head.
I was clearly just talking about my enormous horse cock. That's practically a third leg.
No.
I thought there's some sort of weird Tyranid reference.
I mean, the Four-Armed Emperor is one of the Gene Stealer cults.
Yeah, what I thought. Wait, Juno's been a gene stealer this whole time?
What a fucking twist that would be!
Gene Stealer Saint.
No, the only genes Juno has stolen are Augie's.
Oh yeah, she did get pregnant, didn't she?
She got by with a little help from her friends.
Commandeered Augustus's genes and made them my own.
Okay, about to say, Augie finally stopped using the other hole.
Yeah, the Savin hole. Yeah, Juno was pregnant. She was having problems doing that, and then Eloa decided to make that not happen anymore.
As one does.
Eloa pulled up the Adeptus Biologus records. It was gross. There was a lot of squishy parts. So, are there even webway incursions, warp incursions in the webway? Do we get warp spiders?
No, that not with the routes you're going. There are dangers, but Ashada will keep you to relatively safer bits.
Yeah, I think I'm good. We'll just have the crew come to battle stations as soon as we get ready to translate back. And see what we see.
Alright. Emerge from the webway. And there would be a lot more Flame Falcon ships with you, but I've just put down the Eternal Flame. You see a quite sizable naval battle group in orbit over Helwurld. They bear few, if any, signs of damage, and certainly there are no foes. This planet does not look very overrun.
Squint.
We've been had.
Begin scanning and what's it called? Overviewing box signals. If there was any overrunning that was being tamped down, then we would know about it, or this was a trap, or the overrunning is finished. Now they're all enemies.
Yes,
Yeah, I mean,
these are all the Alpha Legion.
Yes.
Dun dun dun.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah. There is a lot of chatter about the new fleet that's just suddenly appeared, but
hello.
You have a Space Marine battle barge with you, and there is There is enormous concern about the Eldar frigate near the middle of your formation, but the Space Marines aren't shooting it. They probably shouldn't either, right? This is very confusing. Why is there an Eldar frigate in a fleet with, like, what are clearly Imperials?
All right.
It's okay. Juno will just
Jox-
speak to their manager and sort this all out.
Jox or Juno should do the speaking up part now.
I assume they'll probably try and contact us, but
Yes. Several of your ships will get Vox calls coming in from the fleet. Yours among them. Actually, hold on.
is this
Did
a
I
group
write-
chat or?
No, they'll
Okay.
calling one each. I'm just trying to remember if I wrote this down. I do not appear to have written it down. Savin, did you write down the name of the Commodore you met when you around Ben Moore?
Yes, I'm almost certain I did. Give me a second. Let's see if I can find it. That's the real question. Let's see. Captain Eldersborn, or I guess Commodore Eldersborn, aboard the Spear of Judgment.
Yeah. Yes, you'll get a Vox ping, and when answered, Vigil unto dawn. This is Captain Elders. Well, this is Commodore Eldersborn, the Spear of Judgment. How read?
Hello again, Commodore. Read you loud and clear.
Good. Surprised to see you. I thought you were headed. I thought you were active in the Mazoan pocket.
We are. There is no Mazoan pocket anymore. It's been secured.
This Tau withdrawal is more than is widespread then.
Indeed. The war is cooling off in preparation for more dire threats to come. Speaking of which, how are things here? We got a message from an Inquisitor saying that Helwurld was being overrun. That does not appear to be the case at a glance, but...
Yes, Inquisitor Xal. She's on the surface, in examining the locals. Well, examining the wardens. Apparently, there is some suspicion that they are corrupted.
so she is here. Good. Good.
Yes. We were coming here with her to enact exterminatus, but apparently that has been put on hold.
Oh, thank the Emperor. Okay, we got the message through in time. Right, yes, it's imperative we do not enact another exterminatus on the systems, or the sector's prison planets. There's some sort of enemy trap that we're going to be triggering if we do so. Exact details unknown, but for now, we need to keep these people alive as much as possible.
The ritual she spoke of, yes. All right. I'm glad to hear from you, Captain Andric. And I'm doubly glad that we won't have to burn this world. These convicts deserve their chance to earn redemption through death.
I couldn't agree more. And it's good to see a friendly face out here. If you could point us to where the Inquisitor is, we'll head to the surface and see if we can put to rest whatever might be going on down there.
She has taken the main penitentiary building. The prisoners there have been transferred, and some of the wardens have been put in their place.
I see.
Sending coordinates.
Much appreciated. Yeah, Juno's gonna give the order to load up her knight in the honor guard, and we'll get ready to head down, I guess. And Eloa's electro train, I suppose.
Choo-choo.
Sure. Yes, while you are getting ready, you will hear from other ships. But yeah, they had people calling and asking them what was up. No one appears. Yeah, none of the naval people they spoke to seem to know what the oh yes, this has been what the overrunning was about.
Well, we'll see when we get down there. Juno will update everyone who needs to know about what she learned from Eldersborn and suggest we make our way to the surface. And then Juno becomes extremely excited to get to see a thunder. Oh, god damn it! You don't get to see a Thunderhawk.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. You get to hear one though.
That's
They're very loud.
I can probably touch it when we land. This looks like a really cold planet too. It's
Yes.
well, hell did freeze over, I suppose.
Certainly one way to put it. Yes. As is typical of Imperial architecture, it's all unnecessarily ornate.
Oh my
God, it's fucking cool though.
It not only is it cool, but now I'm afraid of dudes in armor with bows.
It do be looking like Amerlander though.
I never got over that trauma.
Who are you bringing, like NPC wise? I assume Jacques.
I think this is more of a like who's going to come with us rather than who are we bringing, because like the Inquisitors and the Space Marines kind of go where they want.
It's true.
Yeah,
Uh,
let's not bring my newly christened wife to the omnicidal maniac.
yeah, I think I'll just be bringing Casa and I don't know, maybe Sadra? Double up on the snipers?
Sounds good to me.
I mean, I'm obviously moving with my Scutarii, but for the
Yeah, like I've got my honor guard with me again.
I got 300 Scutarii, but for the sake of sanity, just my tank. Beep beep. The Scutarii are pulling security. That's what they're doing.
Someone's got to keep our giant landing ship safe. Keep my night warm in case we have to fight current effects or something.
It's highly unlikely that a random old one-eye would appear.
I mean,
Right, this is quite a fucking posse.
do the Space Marines bring the fucking dragons with them?
Probably, but they'll
Sweet.
have to stay outside.
I mean, that's fine. The swag factor of the dragons is pretty impressive.
Speaking of swag factor, what about my horse?
Yes, you can bring Bucky if you want.
I doubt
Sure.
he's going to like this planet very much, but he can certainly come.
You are indeed correct. He thinks it's too cold. Right. Yes. So you dock, you will be greeted by black armored inquisitorial stormtroopers from the 522nd Xal's pocket battalion.
Juno probably just greets that guy by his name.
Welcome, sirs, ma'am, my lords. The Inquisitor has been informed of your arrival. She is ready for you upstairs.
Ah, good. The message we got from her said the planet was being overrun. Is everything secure down here?
Overrun. He frowns, and this guy would be able to make like an intelligence roll, I think. Oh, the astrotelepathic distortion. That will have been what did it. The Inquisitor's message said that we would resume executions if there was a danger of the planet being overrun.
Oh. We hauled ass to get here. We thought the planet was about to be taken by the Tau or something worse. Oh, that's a relief. Thank you. All right, let's go meet y'all then.
This way, Mom. Fair warning, when I say it's upstairs, it's very upstairs. The former head warden believed that exercise is good for the soul, and so had all elevators removed.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. I spent a week creating sanctified ammunition.
I know. What was the fucking name of that Xal's spy we picked up?
First Sergeant Mikhail Dreyfus.
Right, that's him. Juno's gonna think for a moment and figure, well, we're back in the same system as Xal. There's, like, no way Dreyfus isn't getting in contact with her, right? And I don't really want to walk up all these stairs. Look at this fucking place.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm entirely too pregnant for this shit. I'm just gonna fly. Later, losers.
Eloa considers flying too. And will just use her robot leg. She doesn't get tired.
I guess accepting possibly Reeve, everyone else here is probably fine. Fucking.
Are you kidding? Grieve is a proud space Prussian.
I mean, he's also a proud space senior citizen.
Who knows how many cybernetics he has hidden beneath that austere skin.
It's true, he could be almost as cybernetic as Mayror. But probably not.
No. He does have bionic lungs.
Well, there
So
you
he
go.
won't get puffed out so easily. Yeah. So I will make a toughness roll for him because, yeah, you are right. He is the old one. He's fine. So, okay. Juno, as you're flying, you're going to get there first, unless you want to, just fly slowly.
I
As
probably will fly somewhat slowly, but yeah, I'll certainly be leading the way in.
as you're flying, Eloa just has to deactivate the the cogitator's auto locks on you.
No, it's not time yet. Stand down.
Yes, actually. 5.
Alright, nice formation, and then Bucky.
Yes.
You can just go
You are almost
here.
a perfect tactical penis.
No, wait, no, we're fine. Bucky's just the knot.
Alright. So yeah. Arrive. A few more stormtroopers, and of course, Xal in her imposing black Terminator plate. Legatine.
Was it on?
You really do. I commend your determination, Andric. You really were worrying at me like a cyber mastiff with a felon.
I am but doing my duty to the sector. I genuinely believe if this planet's exterminatist, we may well lose it.
Yes. Inquisitor Reeve, Lord Inquisitor Mayror. She bows her head to them as they follow you in. Ah, esteemed Grand Master, welcome, my lords. And Jacques raises a hand in greeting and just come up to stand beside you. Formation is abandoned. So then, you've spoken repeatedly of some plot of some sort, this danger to this sector.
Yes, would you like the long version or the short version?
You came here with a remarkable speed. Following that, it would be unforgivably rude to not hear you out in full.
Right. So, there is a traitor Astartes sorcerer, the Dark Marshal, who's operating in the sector. We dispatched him once back on Shindogeist, but his body was destroyed, his spirit is not. He's back to haunt us. Further, this phenomenon I'm sure, been examining yourself that's distorting our communications. What we're seeing right now is a temporal shockwave, an event in space and time before whatever's causing it hits. We believe it's not constrained just to this sector, but possibly to all of Obscurus or beyond. This is, at minimum, a warp storm of the magnitude of the storm of the Emperor's Wrath, something that will cut us off from the rest of the Imperium for God knows how long. Possibly forever if it doesn't just destroy us. The Militum Nox have been manipulated by the Dark Marshal. They are his minions, they are executing his will while he is meandering the warp as their bodiless liege. They have been, over the intervening years, manipulating the Tau into starting this war. They have allied with them, of course. And now they are trying to enact some sort of ritual. We don't know the exact specifics of it, but one of two things is going to happen when this ritual is completed. Either the Gothic sector falls into the warp, or the warp falls into the Gothic sector. Either way, it's bad news for all of us. It's total loss of the sector. We believe that the execution of the 3 prison planets' populations is the key. They are going to be used in some sort of blood rite. Their massed screams of anguish will resonate into the warp and cause the rift to expand and engulf us, or something to that effect. I don't believe the prisoners themselves have been compromised, but there are almost certainly agents of the Militum Nox here that have laid the way for the Marshal's ritual. We need to stop that. We need to arrest the Nox. And we need to find some way to deal with the Marshal, because while he's banished from Schindelgeist, he will inevitably come back in person sooner rather than later, if he hasn't already.
I see. As I wrote to you, I have begun an investigation here. I have found the head warden was in possession of occult paraphernalia. It is under seal. I do not have the resources to dispose of it properly here.
That makes sense. He would be in the best position to lay the groundwork for their plans.
Yes. Troublesome that he insists upon his innocence, but all heretics break in the end.
He could be an unwitting pawn. That was the Marshal's original strategy. He infiltrates and manipulates without revealing his hand. That's what he did on Schindelgeist. Had the whole planet dancing on his puppet strings for decades, possibly centuries. But we got his scent. It's possible we'll find something that connects the Warden to him, or at least to someone who works for the Marshal.
She nods as much as one can in Terminator armor. I see. Yes. I suppose the Marshal has attempted to use me as an unwitting piece.
Indeed. I'm glad we were able to reach an understanding before he could succeed in doing so. He is incredibly manipulative. There's no way you could have known.
Other than listening to all of the times Juno told you.
Well, look, what matters is we got here in the end. There's no use dwelling on past grievances. All of us here are servants of the Emperor in our own way, so...
Yes. Your way appears to have grown more expansive, Andric.
Juno will just do a little wingy flap.
Disappear for 5 years, come back as Saint with a ship and Space Marines and Eldar. Just casual Juno things.
At this point, yeah, that pretty much... Yeah, just Juno things.
It's Juno's sector, we're just living in it.
Perhaps I have misjudged you in the past. You are being touched by his hand so thoroughly.
It is
But,
my honor
as
to
you
be his
said-
servant in life and afterwards.
But, as you said, past grievances. Now is not the time to dwell on those. The interrogation. Well, Lord Inquisitor, should you wish it, I will surrender the head warden to your custody. You may get him to talk. That would be a fine idea, Lady Xal. A fine idea. I will leave you to it, then. We do not... There is still much here that need to be found, and we do not need all of us to put the villains to the question. I shall attempt to uncover any other occultic matters, if any more have been seduced by the great enemy.
If I
Are
might
there-
suggest, starting with the churches here, the marshals seem to take great pleasure in undermining faith specifically.
Are there at least any known rebellious holdouts? I promised my legate and my Scutari I target practice with the what is with the Triaros, and the radium rifles yearn to be released. The machines.
Alas, Majors, there is no such thing. Whatever organized resistance there might have been, my opening move was the arrest of the head warden, and without their leader they have not made themselves known. If you can find them, though, you are welcome to them.
Very well. I was just going to send instructions back to the legate. Basically, sorry boys, Xal took your targets.
So do remember her nickname from the Graven Crusade was the Queen of Pyres, because she put that many people to the torch. She hasn't had a subtlety score for years.
I mean, to be
It's okay,
fair,
Mother of Lee.
Yeah.
we really did
Kindred.
try. We gave it the old college try, but we kept stubbing our toes and just pulling out our weapons anyways, so...
Look, at this
No,
point,
we
we just
realized it wasn't
stack
any fun.
overflowed the subtlety score. It's fine. We have maximum subtlety. No one would ever suspect that we're the Inquisition when we're sitting on a Space Marine battle barge as a living
We're-
saint. I'm just here to lead a crusade,
And-
guys. It's fine.
literally
and
wrapped around like, no way, nope.
It's so
Don't you have a
obvious it
warrant
can't
of
be
trade
true.
too? Don't you have a warrant of trade too? I
Yes.
don't remember.
Oh.
But yeah, alright. Anyways,
it's
moving
that-
on.
It's
that
supposed
was
to be
one-
forged, but it might not be now.
It's
That was one of my
officially not forged anymore.
It's not.
Thanks,
it's
Mayra.
not.
Right.
She paid for it to rush it. That was one of my favorite parts in the Caiaphas Cain books. Is Caiaphas Cain started to hit on a chick? She's like, "Oh yeah, you're a commissar. What, like Commissar Cain?" He's like, "Yes." She just slapped in his face, like, "Yeah, yeah, sure thing, buddy, sure thing." And walked off.
Hero of the Imperium, Caiaphas Cain.
Before
Oh.
Xal's allowed to stalk off grumpily, Juno will extend a hand to her for a big smile. It's good to be on the same side.
Yes. I think we always were. I just didn't see it. She'll take hand.
Bigger smile, little wingy flappies.
You're having your own grave axe moment.
Yep, pretty much. It's okay. When she turns out to be the Dark Marshal, we'll already be best friends in this timeline. So it'll be real easy to just convince her to keep on keeping on.
So, yeah, she will go to start doing Inquisitor things. She leaves. Jacques will turn to you.
That one is strange. Well, I am pleased to see our words have reached her. That is quite the change from how you described, from how she was when last we met.
Correct.
Yes, she seems quite changed indeed.
Were it only so simple.
So, what would you suggest we do next? You have your interrogations, but my chapter is not well suited for these fine, detailed investigations.
Okay, I do want to step back and do big picture again. Weren't that this wasn't the only fire? This was just the most recent one, right?
And
This one,
stopping Xal from destroying this planet is the fire. Like this is the most important thing for saving the sector that we know of.
all right. Well, where's everything else burning down that's close at hand?
Let's see. There's the Tau invasion nearby, and then there's the other prison planet that could be under threat.
There's the option of could be, and then there's the option of letting Tilpin go and kill somebody for a little while.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest there has to be especially on a prison planet. There's got to be just layers and layers and layers of old cell blocks and prisons and sewers and shit that
Oh yeah,
the cultists are going to be all stuck down in, and we can just have the Space Marines go and flush them out.
yeah. My character is very good at this, going through information, but it'll take a while. So I can get old records for you and stuff like that, but I'm going to need to plug into the cogitators for a long while. And the first thing is I'm gonna pull up all the records from when Xal arrived to now, because maybe Juno isn't suspicious, but Eloa is taken aback by the fact that the fanatic that was even crazier than her
Oh, yeah.
suddenly did a 180.
Hella sus.
She made Eloa, even at Eloa's worst, look mild. Eloa never got a name like what was it?
Queen of Fire.
Yeah, Queen Crispy, also known as the Crispy Queen. So let's see. It's time to look through records, but
yeah, let's real quick before we just have Eloa delve
Yeah.
into the records. Let's pull up scans of the planet and the layouts of the prisons so we can pinpoint the most likely places for cultists to be holed up. Send the Falcons to go clear that out.
Well, I think what I'll do is I'll follow where Xal looked first, because she said she already did that. Especially where Xal looked first and where trying to find out where things maybe took a more of a sane route, I suppose. Well, a less fanatic torch everything I see route. Came upon something that woobly wooed her brain. Don't know. Or she got her own eclectic and then became less crazy.
Oh. That's a fair thing to start with. You're standing where she first looked, as well. She took over the former head warden's office, and this is where she just said, "Yeah, fuck it, arresting you on suspicion of heresy. Oh, look, this is a this looks like a ritual, Athema.
Yeah. Uh,
Does Reeve maybe want to go look at that ritual bullshit?
Yes, he will go and look at the occult stuff she confiscated, and yeah. While he's doing that, Mayor's people will inform you that yeah, they've taken the head warden. He's not in a good way.
Uh-oh.
His arms and legs appear to have been burned off.
Jesus Christ, y'all.
okay then. Well,
Torture is torture.
Well, the good news is that I don't need a bad cop for my good cop. I have trauma on my side.
all right. And on my part, I'm going to do that thing where I find an area that's secure and pull my legate aside, and then tell him to order the Scutarii on the on the perimeter to look as if I've given orders to be at ease, but to maintain a tight perimeter. They
Right.
may be we may be using their we may be cleansing this planet with the parts of this planet with radiation after all, and to make sure that the Triaros was ready to go. And now it's time to do nerd shit. So I'll do nerd shit while Juno's doing applying aloe vera.
All right. Just move the Flame Falcons down. Right, so how do you want to start the nerd shit?
Hang on, I've got. I know what I'm gonna tell the. What's his name? The legate.
Okay.
Scutarii whistling is always off out of tune. All right. So I want to compile data in. I want to compile data at points of relevance with keys like riots in the prison, ones that had deaths, one that had weird deaths, ones where prisoner just disappearances, stuff like that. And not like, and then from there, like a weird disappearances, because prisoner will disappear when they tried to break out and ran into the snow and then disappeared. Don't care about that. He died of hypothermia. And then on the other side, I want to review all of the basically when Xal landed here, her action she took while here, and if there's any change in her mode of operation. So start with security to get into the deep net. Whatever's hidden beyond even what maybe Xal was able to find. Because Xal's not an uber tech nerd.
True. Sounds good to me.
Difficulty for security, please.
I want to say -40.
Okay. You took away all my bonuses. Whoop.
Oh, you did pretty good anyway. Yes, you can find hidden files and like password protected stuff that Xal wasn't able to access. No problem.
I opened the homework folder.
Yes. And then after scrolling down past all of the questionable illustrations of Sisters of Battle, can actually get to the juicy stuff.
It's alright, I'll just copy over the ones I haven't seen before.
Fair enough.
Alright. And now that I've got like secret files in hand, whatever they're trying to squirrel away, I want to apply that with the algorithm I mentioned earlier. You know, all the weirdness along with, secret files of, maybe some of the secret files are stuff other than like quiet misgivings or stuff that the warden may have found. But anything like, wow, it was really weird that we went into that guy's cell and then the walls are splattered with blood and 666.
Sure.
Other stuff I can look at in a bit, but just trying to do a compile before I'm actually doing a big brain thunk.
I think they would sort of roll in together. I think it's probably a logic roll.
Okie dokie, that was what I was going to suggest. Difficulty, please.
+0. It'll be DOS that matter, really.
Logic is something that I don't have massive bonuses to. Only a +20, guys.
How will you ever survive?
See, only a +20. I'm sorry, I have failed you.
Good lord.
All right. Yeah. I think you can very quickly put together when shit started happening and where, and probably work out a good idea as to where the actual heretic would be, because you're pretty certain the High Warden was in fact innocent. He was just a dupe.
Alright, I'll send that information to... well, actually, I won't send it to anyone. I'll keep that to myself so I can tell Juno in person to maintain security. And I want to go over Vol's movements with a fine-tooth comb.
Sure.
And since this is a different action I'm trying to do, would you like a logic or a scrutiny?
I think scrutiny.
I'll screw for you. What's the difficulty, please?
-10 for this.
-10. I am using my senses, correct? My big ol' peepers.
Sure.
Okay, because I typically don't have a bonus to scrutiny unless I use augmented senses to help out.
Fair enough.
Would you say that I'm mostly just using my eyes, not so much my ears, so just a +10?
Yeah.
So it's just flat now.
Yep.
Okay. But, come on now. Go. Oh no, I will reroll. Do the screw. Why? I'll buy. Oh no, I can't buy in.
Nope.
Nope. That is unfortunate. The reality is, you can't really pick anything up. Jarl is... Well, there's nothing particularly weird about her behavior. She was just oddly nice today. Like, maybe she woke up on the right side of bed for the first time in a decade.
That can't be
What-
right.
Yeah. Like, the stuff she's actually done, her methods, actions, like the processes she used, very much consistent with old Jarl. She's just not a bitch for once. Maybe she wants to suck Space Marine cock.
Well, since
Who can
I
blame her?
didn't crit fail, can I at least hand off the information to someone else to look at? Because I didn't find anything, maybe a fresh set of eyes could.
Sure.
Cass is
'Cause,
right
like,
there. She's hella
like-
good at this.
Because, like, a crit fail would be, I am convinced, right? Just a fail means rub eyes, can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just hand off this information to other people, and before Juno goes into her interrogation, I'll pull her aside into, again, do the usual to make sure no one's overhearing and tell her that this guy's a dupe.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Completely innocent. Once you're done with him, we can you can go, offer him robot limbs. Beep boop. But yeah, just give you the information,
Push the button. Oh,
and
do it again.
Casa will do her thing. Oh my god!
I'm
We're
going
all
to
just
I'm spend one of her fate to mastery scrutiny and succeed by 5 DOS. Yeah.
yeah, he's incompetent, but I don't think I don't think his incompetence was to the point of having all of his limbs burned off. That's if you lose the planet. You get all your limbs burned off and then your head taken.
Well,
Yeah, incompetence is like almost as bad as heresy.
Right. Incompetence, you just get shot or like hard
Yeah.
labor.
Well, yeah.
So torture
Incompetence
is unnecessary.
Yeah.
Incompetence is why we have commissars, right? Because there's no such thing as an incompetent commissar, so they can spot
True.
incompetence wherever they are.
Yeah. I mean,
Makes
surely
sense.
this guy's going to be a lot better at his job from now on. In every form of that word.
So what does 5 DOS get, Casa?
alright. Yeah. Similarly, Jarl is still doing Jarl things, but Casa has enough emotional intelligence left. She hasn't cut it out and replaced it with target acquisition algorithms. She can see it's been a slow burn with just Jarl becoming more, still doing horrific things, still being an absolute blunt instrument of an inquisitor, but slowly becoming more polite. Even when she actually arrested the head warden. She cut his his tendons so he couldn't run away, but she was nicer about it than she would have used to be. And that's been an ongoing thing. Her actions, she has just little by little and step by step being a nicer and more polite person. She has developed manners.
Before demonic corruption actually taught someone manners for once.
I mean, the other Steven seems fine. Carry on. You're doing all right. This is relayed to Juno. She'll tap her chin. Well, that's odd. Not unpleasant, but odd. But her actions haven't changed at all, just her demeanor. Strange. When did this start? This change in her demeanor?
Not sure. It looks like it was before she came to this world. At least before she arrived. Maybe some of our Stormies would know, or if we could get security footage from on her ship.
Yes, I was going to ask some of the stormtroopers. Catch up with old friends, you know?
Jeff can drink with his buddies again.
Yeah, actually. I'll bring Jeff around. And let's talk to the Stormies. Let's see what they have to say about their benefactrix's behavior and actions lately, you know. Just checking in on Jaw. We've been worried about things, what with this chaos plot trying to manipulate her and all, so has everything been alright?
And remember, Stormy, you arm him with the finest Stormtrooper's Choice rock gut. Just a crate of it.
So for this, I will ask for an inquiry.
Okay.
If you bring Jeff, base difficulty would be -10. If you bring Jeff along, he's a really good assist here. He'll give you a +30, so it's currently +20. If you have Peer Inquisition or Peer Astra Militarum, Imperial Guard, you can apply that.
Yep. Got Inquisition. Alright. Sounds reasonable. Let's roll it.
Oh, that certainly is a 3.
Juno just doing Juno things. What can you say?
Alright, so you're going to get 9 questions about Xal. They will be answered to the best of the Stormtrooper's ability.
Oh, God. Alright. And the real question, the burning question. I gotta ask. What's with the Terminator armor? When did that start and why?
That started shortly after the Graven Crusade. She led she was one of the leaders of the counterattack into the Grail Dark, and when she returned, for her part in it, the Mechanicum offered her a boon, and she requested a suit of sanctified and warded Terminator armor.
That's a very specific request. Did her complement of troops have any encounters with demons in the Grail Dark or any sort of possession-related incidents?
Yes. They encountered several predatory demons that tried to nom them, and worse, well, perhaps not worse, but peculiarly, a demon that just appeared to want to talk to them. They shot it repeatedly until it finally stopped coming back.
Oh
It was
God.
weird.
Out of character. Hey, Mary, is that you in there? Knock knock. Oh Lord. Okay. Hmm. Have they noticed Xal's behavior changing in any way lately? And if so, when? Or since when?
Let's see. Yes, they have noticed that she has generally gotten a bit calmer. Still does her job very effectively, but is nice. But is just nicer about it. They like that she's stopped yelling at them so much.
I can imagine. They.
As for when, it's just been a gradual thing going on for the past few years, really.
Yeah.
Was weird for them when you first appeared, because that was an absolute reversion of her. They're a little apologetic that apparently you really pissed her off.
Yeah, that tracks. So, out of character, would this couple of years ago roughly coincide with the Graven Crusade ending, maybe? Or them getting out of the Abyss?
Roughly, yeah. I think one of them thinks Arden. Yeah. First time he noticed was when she got the new armor. Wasn't much, but it was something.
Okay. Circling back around to the armor is, I haven't seen Xal out of that armor since we got to this time period, but have they at all, even when she's, safe, secure on her ship in her private quarters?
In her private quarters, maybe. Not when she's out and about on the ship. She's in it almost all the time. The commandant or some of the senior officers, they might have seen her. The Stormies you're talking to don't really get to actually go into the Inquisitor's private quarters.
Of course.
One did have a turn on door security for her. He's pretty sure he heard her take it off, but he didn't see. Would be inappropriate to peek.
Of course. Glance at Jeff. Also, half the crew at this point. Fucking hell.
Yep. I think that's Was that your fifth question?
That was the fourth that I've tracked.
Okay. Was either fourth or fifth, I wasn't sure which.
Let's see. Alright. So I guess this one I'll just ask if let's see how to word this. If the name the Dark Marshal rings familiar to any of them, and if so, in what context?
They remember hearing about someone with a name like that. It's meant to have been killed around Schindelgeist. But occasionally, occasionally they get the odd Nox trooper that seems convinced the Marshal is alive and that well.
Of course. How about the first serpent? That's the name of the fucking techno bitch, right? Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They know that name. He was supposed to be one of the pirate lords in the Grail Dark. One of their targets during the counterattack after the Graven Crusade. They never did manage to find him or his secret lair. But they killed quite a few others. And they're pretty sure that they destroyed some of his underlings. There were certainly Dark Mechanicum ships, but they had an unfortunate time with boarding.
Tell me more about this boarding action. Spend a question on that.
Sure. Was towards the tail end of the fighting, a old Mechanicus Grand Cruiser that, well, would make an excellent gift to Vindalex to replace the ships that were lost during the Crusade or in the unfortunate incident beforehand. But one of the issues with Mechanicum, especially Dark Mechanicum, they are perfectly happy to just turn the air off. And well, Carapace is pretty good. Void Carapace, you can breathe in that for a while, but you get a breach. What would normally be a glancing wound, that's now you running out of air, having to fight with a resealant pouch. It was awful. I lost a lot of good men that they wouldn't have done, but getting the ship was important.
When they got the ship, did they get any artifacts of particular note?
None that these guys are aware of. As far as they know, anything there was either was destroyed by either Xal or the Vindelexan Mechanicum.
Fair enough. I think we have one question left. Does anyone have anything they'd like to ask the Stormies?
I think you've got two.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you hit all the beats. I was up for your first 5, so I don't remember. I don't know what the first 5 were.
Let's, boop. The Inquisitor and her goons met Mary.
Oh no.
Suddenly, I'm wondering if the incredibly polite demon is maybe why Xal's changed her tune lately.
That could be it. Mary was incredibly polite. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
If Xal is
7,
fucking
8, 9.
possessed, that'd make that handshake all the more poignant, wouldn't it?
Oh my god. 2. Nope. That's you kind of asked all the pertinent questions.
Yeah.
There's minor things like well, there'd be questions like changing diet or something like that. Like if she started eating her meat raw. But that's really all I can think of because you just asked all the questions I would have, like out of the armor. What was the answer for out of the armor?
No, they've never seen her out. They suspect they've heard her changing out of the armor, but even on her ship, she stays clad up in full termi, which is mega suspect.
Okay. Yeah. Do we know? Because you can't just get in and out of Terminator armor without Mechanicum help.
Yeah, I think she just lives in there now.
Like if she's getting out of it, well, you can use, I suppose, like servitors.
That'd be
So
highly
I could try.
irregular.
No, that's what you use. You use servitors to get into Terminator armor. Terminator armor is just that bulky.
I mean, fair
You
enough.
need to
It's
stand.
normal power armor is like your servant's dress unit, but that's Terminator armor is just too bulk.
Yeah, you got Terminator armor. You have to stand on a platform, and then there's servitors, and then just like robot arms attaching pieces to you. I saw the trailer for Grey Knight. So yeah, I might be able to tap into her servitors, but no, I can't. No, you asked all the questions.
All right. Does y'all have any beef they know of with Mayror in particular? We kind of got the gist of her relationship with Reeve already, but I did not have the balls to ask her about Mayror before.
She thinks he is highly irregular, very dangerous, probably shouldn't have been made a Lord Inquisitor. Gets results, but she is not at all sure if his methods are worth it. They tend to cause problems that more sane people have to come and clean up afterwards.
Wait, that sounds familiar. I guess I will throw my last question away because I can't think of anything of particular note. How are they? Are they dealing with any particular problems themselves as like a stormtrooper unit?
They're pretty all right. They've been keeping busy. having this mission is it's been relatively nice to effectively just relax for a bit. Like they showed up, rapid, overwhelming force, and like took anyone who might be evil into custody, or at least anyone they thought might be evil. And now they just get to sit around for a bit while the Inquisitor inquisits.
Nice.
It's a really nice change to not just be jumping into fight after fight.
Boy, I hear that. All right. I think that's all my questions. I'll let them get back to it. Did Eloa figure out who the actual heretic was?
I know where they're down roundabouts where they're located, but we're gonna have to march in.
Right. Well, we've got the resources to make that relatively straightforward.
Yeah, I found where the bleeding wounds are, but we might want to strike fast and try to hold it before they melt away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's a good point.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that Space Marines can't do it, but probably shouldn't send Terminators.
Yeah.
Like,
Do we want to go
you know,
with them to, sort things out, or just gonna let them do their thing?
I mean, Merz, if we ran really, really hard and drank all of our energy drinks, could we keep up with friggin' assault Marines on the double?
I mean,
Not really. Like, you could, and Amelie could. No one else. Oh, Bucky. John, actually. So yeah, about half of you could. And Ceiko is a sniper, so he doesn't really need to.
and I don't want to go in with a breaching team, so that's fine. Just have Casa ride on the hoss.
So, follow the assault team with the Space Marines. Sorry, bring some of my sprint-legged Scutaria with me. Anyone else? Ceiko, do you want to hold on to the tail? Let's get Ceiko Heelys.
That's something that we'll be doing next time, anyway.
Do we need to play it out as an actual fight? I feel cultists on a prison planet really don't have an answer for Astartes tactical teams, but
it might be like an occult scene, and it might be we shoot the dudes, but what was piloting their flesh?
Yeah, there is certainly stuff to play out there, even if for the most part, the fighting itself isn't going to do much. Like, maybe one of the corrupt wardens managed to steal a las cannon from the emergency armory. That would be about it. Like the one single las cannon or heavy bolter or something like that.
yeah. Alright, well, if there'll be things to play out there, then Juno will tag along. My knight goes pretty fucking fast. I'll just trot along behind everybody. And that way, if there is something to actually fight afterwards, I can punch it with a gravity claw. Do a bajillion damage. Here's the thing for how much damage this does. Where are you? You get there. You are. I'm blind. I just look at how much damage he does. Boop.
Nice.
Someday I will give somebody the clamps.
And is that vehicle damage, Merz, or people damage?
It is per force vehicle damage. If an infantry character takes any damage from a siege claw, they automatically explode. It has a special rule.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. If it for some reason, if it was because it was like a small, you have a small walker, the rules were a bit different. But no.
Yeah, for the most part, damage is just damage. This is just the siege claw being a special case.
Flip plop.
He just pops you like a grape.
Juno goes in for a congratulatory pat on the soldier, on the shoulder. Soldier explodes.
Oh no!
Oh God, I don't know my own strength.
Yeah. Someday I will get to like fist bump powered up Eustace Dreadnought fist, and it will be great. But until then,
How much damage does his fist do?
not that
press
fucking
that
much.
button. Yeah, nowhere near that much.
Yeah, is that where we're leaving it off for the night?
I think so, yeah.
Sweet.
Good job actually getting to Helwurld.
We got to a new place and we inquisited, guys. We're doing it. We're back on track.
Alright. Did you explore a new and interesting location? Yes. Did you uncover new truth about the Gothic sector?
We learned a shitload about Xal and her recent exploits.
Yeah. You definitely developed your relationship with her as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or possibly the thing piloting her skin.
Or her power armor, anyway. It's not even Xal in there. Xal's just like on a beach somewhere enjoying her vacation while Amy's piloting this power armor. Or, Mary's piloting the power armor.
That would be a pretty neat twist. Right. Did you discover a new page in a PC story? Yes. G is getting married a new page, I wonder. And you definitely advanced your investigations. No sacrifice, but you get your max XP, 250.
Let's see. So this is going to bring us to 35,200, I think. Yeah.
Congratulations, you now officially have more XP than Reeve.
Yay.
Man, yeah.
Look at me. I am the Inquisitor now.
How much XP did we get?
250.
We're at 35,200 total, Bob.
Oh, I must have missed a few sessions.
Remember, sometimes you bounce out before the end. You might not have been updated.
Okay.
This
yeah,
is
that's
like the
fine.
first time in a long time you stayed to the end of a session.
Yeah, because I'm off tomorrow. It's not that much farther past my bedtime normally.
We're also ending at a normal hour.
Yeah.
This is a sort of Savin sort of ending time, not a Merzenhammer ending.
Merzenhammer ending is anywhere between 1 and 2 hours from now.
I am starting to get a bit tired, so I
Good.
and anything else we would do would take a long time and probably require me preparing.
Yeah, makes
So-
sense. Makes sense. Well, if you're watching on the stream or YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow for Savin. Till then, adios and have a good one.